Tony Khan has had some awful takes in his life when it comes to professional wrestling, but this might be the worst one ever. Went back to Fog Wrestling, and yeah, perk your ears up because it could go atomic here, as he's claimed that AEW has the greatest wrestler ever in wrestling. Now, this was during an appearance on the Busted Open Radio. AEW president Tony Khan addressed the decision to have Will Ospreay versus Ricochet take place on Dynamite's 5-year anniversary, rather than a pay-per-view event. Khan agreed with the idea that shows such as Grand Slam and a 5-year anniversary special are important events that are worthy of having big matches. He said, and I quote, "That's why I think it makes perfect sense for these big stages. We have the greatest roster ever. There is an unlimited supply of huge matches. These are matches that have been building since the people arrived at AEW. All in and all out standards are two greatest pay-per-views. I'm very excited going into Wrestle Dream about what's happening in AEW. The future of the AEW World Championship is yet to be determined, but at Grand Slam, the future of AEW is at stake, and so much is on the line." End of quote. Right, there's numerous things wrong with that for me. Ricochet's been in the building 3 weeks, right? And Tony Khan saying that these matches that have been building since people arrived at AEW. He's been in the company 3 weeks, Tony, alright? Now, I guess you could argue, well, like the likes of Ospreay, Okada, and Monet have been in the company not even a year. But the reality is, right, I don't care about when Ricochet joined or he signed on the dotted line or when Okada said, "Biatch," or Monet got more money and Will Ospreay flipped his way into the fucking office, man, and signed on the dotted line. For Tony Khan to turn around and say this is the greatest roster ever, it is nothing less than a mental illness. It's a mental illness, guys. For Tony Khan to turn around and claim this, it is nothing short of a mental illness, right? It is fucking lies. You know, the thumbnail that I've used for this is an image from the Attitude Era, right? You've got DX, you've got McMahon, Austin, Jericho, you've got The Rock, JR, Mankind, Bret Hart. I mean, the weird one for me is the fact that the Hurricane's sitting there in behind JR, right? But Tony Khan's fluffy dome and his weird structured face is actually blocking Kane and Undertaker, right? And there's so much more guys that you could put in there. It is honestly soul destroying when there is people out there agreeing with this guy. We have the greatest wrestling. No, man. Look at the attitude. Look at WCW. Look at TNA in its prime. Look at WWE, man. Like, it is see the people in AEW. Like, there is like 0 stars in AEW right now, man. You know, like look at this. Like The Rock, Austin, right? Kane, Triple H, Michaels, right? Jericho, Bret Hart, Kane, Mankind. AEW, right? Who have they got? Oh, Moxley, Strickland, Hangman Adam Page. The names do not compare. Alright? I was playing Shut Your Mouth the other week. I did a Royal Rumble, went through the entire roster, right? Made a separate vid in that, so make sure you you check it out. Cheap plug, right? I mean, the roster, man. You've got like the NWO, Hollywood, Hulk Hogan, Nash, man. You've got Kurt Angle, Jericho, The Rock, Austin, Brock, Cena, Benoit. Oh man, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, man, Undertaker. The list goes on. And this guy, this absolute mark, wants to turn around and say and pretend that this is the great. I mean, look at TNA in its peak, man. TNA, I am. You know, Park Angle, Scott Steiner, Triple H. You know, all these guys. Main Event Mafia, man. AJ Styles in his prime. The Dudley Boys. I mean, I haven't even mentioned. I mean, look at the fucking Attitude Era, man. Don't even need to mention the top stars. Look at the mid card. Look at the tag team division. I mean, the Hardys, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, APA, and that's your tag division. And Tony Khan wants to turn around and say that AEW's got the greatest roster. It's a bunch of fucking jobbers. There is no two ways around it, man. You know, they don't draw a dime. They're just fucking shit. You know, I actually, in terms of like star-studded roster, right? I think WWE had like in 2002 there was periods. I think that's the greatest wrestling roster ever, right? I mean, if people want to argue different years and companies, I'm willing to listen, right? But obviously 2002, the ratings were down compared to what they did in like 99, etc., etc. But ratings don't always automatically mean like that is when you had your greatest thing, right? But Jesus, look at the ratings of today, man. You add up every wrestling show across the globe, and it doesn't even get anywhere near what Raw and SmackDown used to get back in the day. Nitros, man, it's absolutely tragic. No one cares about anybody in AEW. Tony Khan can think this, and the people that agree, and oh, Tony. You look at fucking Dave Meltzer, man. The guy meets Kenny Omega, and he's marking it. He looks like a dog hasn't been out on a walk all day, and he's like, "Oh, you want to go walkies? Kenny Omega, man, Kenny Omega, 5-star matches, man, Kenny Omega. My name's Dave Meltzer, and I am not mentally right in the head. I like pro wrestling. Oh, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho in the Tokyo Dome, Will Ospreay. I've given 42 matches, mate. Oh, up against the boss's daughter, bruv. I want to go up against Dave Meltzer's cock, bruv. Actually, it turns my stomach. It makes my skin crawl that there's actually people out there that think that. Yo, and see, you guys are AEW fanboys. You guys are WWE fanboys. Listen here, you bunch of fucking marks. Alright? Wrestling's fucking dead. I don't care what company, man, you look at in 2024. They pale in comparison to yesteryears when it was great. And if anyone wants to fight me over it, man, fucking come ahead. Wrestling's pish. Oh, you guys are WWE fanboys. You guys are AEW fanboys. No, they both fucking... I mean, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns cutting a promo in an empty fucking stadium. What am I supposed to mark out, man? Am I supposed to get down on my hands and, oh, Triple H, all hail Big Nose. No, I'm not going to get down in fucking all hail Big Nose, alright? As you can tell, my throat's already humped. But no wonder, man, talking about this shite for a living. Why do you guys talk about pro? Yeah, you know what? See these comments. Like, why do these guys talk about pro wrestling? All you do, bury it in every company. You know what? It's a valid fucking point, but you know what? See, when you've been talking about it for so long and you've been watching it 2+ fucking decades, then I will. I'll continue to talk about it. All right? Continue to fucking talk about it. Anyway, guys, AEW. I mean, it doesn't even have the best roster right now in 2024. WWE roster's absolute gash. The AEW roster is gash. They're all gash. They're just shit. Yeah. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin's bald dome is better than fucking everything in wrestling 2024 combined. And I'm just talking about his dome. I'm not talking about anything else. Anyway, till next time. Yep. Peace.